Hello, Internet. This is Dave, and today I'd like to take you through an audio effect rack that I created in Ableton called Wavenoize. With Wavenoize, I took some of my own sound design techniques and put them together in this audio effect rack, so you should be able to slap them on any audio track and get your own rising and falling textures and colors. And with the 16 macros that I've set up for you, you should have plenty to play with in your own sound design. So let's get into Ableton and see what I'm talking about. Here I have 3 samples loaded. One is a female choir. Next is a snare drum. And next is a kick drum. All right, and I'm just gonna add wave noise. I typed in Command F and typed in wave noise and it brought it up. I drag it on. Looking at the macros, if you hover over them, it will tell you what they are. Input is the input signal. Time is the length of the wave. Size is intensity of the wave. Curve, the more you add, the more it turns into a bell curve where it kind of swoops at the end. Chop adds an LFO. Rate is the rate of that LFO. Shape is the shape. So at 0%, it's a sine wave. At 100%, it's a square wave. Space just adds reverb. Drive is overdrive. Frequency is the frequency of the drive. Width is the stereo signal, or the stereo width of the signal. OTT is multiband compression, just dry wet. LF cut and HF cut are just high cut and low cut. So if you want to cut the low end or cut the high end, you can kind of trim everything the way you want it. Dry wet is the dry wet signal of the device itself. And then output allows you to either cut the gain or boost the gain of the outgoing signal finally. So by default, and if you've messed around with it, you can always go back to these snapshot things. I think that's what they're called. And then just hit play. And I'm just gonna play through these as they are when you drag wave noise on them. Okay, snare drum. And the kick. All right, cool. Now we can play around with the different settings. Let's just use this female choir, and let's add some drive to it. Let's add quite a bit. And let's bring the frequency down a bit. Let's bring up the high cut. Let's add some OTT. Gonna add a little reverb. And then I'm gonna automate this chop here. Cool. We can actually do the same thing with the snare drum. So yeah, you can play around with this quite a bit. Let's say I wanted a rumble. So like I put the kick drum in here. That's got a lot of low end to it. Let's just go back to the initial. And then for this kick drum, I'm gonna lower the low the low cut. I'm gonna increase the OTT because that's gonna give us a little, it's gonna bring up the boominess of it. And then I'm gonna take the high cut down. I'm gonna add a little bit of drive at the low end. And add some space. And I just kind of want a rumble sound. So I'm gonna see what I can get out of this. I might even add a little bit of this LFO. So without headphones, you might not hear it. I'm gonna increase the output. So if I just want really low rumble, like sub rumble, I can just bring the hi cut all the way down to, 80 hertz. And I'm just kind of getting that sub rumble, which you probably have to have headphones on to hear that right now. But otherwise, yeah, with the drive and with the space, with the LFO in there, and then being able to adjust the high and the low cut just with these knobs is really helpful, and you can get a lot of really cool sounds with it. So hopefully this was a helpful walkthrough. If you like this, the link is in the description, and you can download it on my website, agentofnoise.com. I have more devices on there, as well as a couple sample packs right now, and more sample packs are coming each week. If you want to see more, let me know what you would like to see. Like this video, subscribe, please help me. I want to get back into making more videos and releasing more content each week for everyone. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.